So hello once again. Today we are going to learn how to make our custom LLM model. So when I do the coding with the help of the AI, so you can say just a vibe coding. So for vibe coding, the main problem that I face, that is the limitations of AI plus the limitation of the AI model. So what is the limitation of AI? Limitation of AI is the logic. Okay, so if you want to build a proper website, you need a proper logic. That logic has to be understood by the LLM models, but because the LLM model has its own limitations, like pro version have different type of language model, uh, upgrade version in Gemini will have a different type of LLM model, like that. So currently I have a pro version, so because of that I can make a custom website with a moderate UI UX and moderate functionality. But if I want to make a proper project on a website, or you can say if I want to make a proper code based on the logic that I have in my mind, that for that I need a upgraded version of such LLM models, which can be very expensive. Also, the limitation of LLM models is like when you are very close towards the code, and you just want to finish the code, but the problem will, the limit of your AI model will get over, and then again you want to pay the model for extra credits. So to fix that, what I thought is, let's make my own personal AI LLM model where it will be totally free. It does not require any type of API. Like I have previously made one or two types of custom LLM model where I used Google API, which is nothing but a Gemini API for the LLM model. So basically, it is not perfectly a LLM model. Instead of that, it is like having a custom domain for myself, but the model will be of Google. So that will not a perfect engineered solution. So the problem I am facing is currently very common in today's world. So to fix that, let's make the model. But the problem here is that I don't know about the coding, I don't know about the AI, but I have a knowledge of logics, because I am an electronic and telecommunication engineer. I know how does the logic work. So if you know the logic, you can make anything because you have your own personal assistant. But the problem with the personal assistant is that it does not give you a full linear code with the perfect logic. So to fix that, you need to give your time. But after the LLM model is perfectly done, it will it's gonna save my time for my future projects. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start our model. So first of all, I will give the prompt to Gemini that I have a plan to make my custom LLM model for the projects like website coding, Python coding for model training, and coding for MATLAB because I'm an electronic engineer, so I need the code for MATLAB. Okay, so I will upgrade this for different type of tools like uh, mm, making our own agentic AI, different types of tools. So let's just start with the prompt. So I will write, and this will be, I think, a 6 month or 1 year journey where I will make this, because it's gonna take time, because I will start from the scratch, because I don't know about anything how to make a proper LLM. Even I don't know what is the LLM. Am I right? I just know that LLM are the models which know about the wording, and based on that it will give the result. But how will it work, and how will it different from different types of LLM model like monolithic and different types of LLM model? I don't know about that. So it's gonna take some time, but after it will done, it will worth to give my time. Okay, so let's start with the prompt. this I will use a multiple agentic path where I will use different types of AI to make it possibly feasible. Okay. Now what will I do? I will just copy this part and I will go to the Claude. Accept all. Okay. I have to log in here. Yeah. Sorry. No. Include every single possible detail in this roadmap or plan, and include the detail that I have forgotten. It's going to take either the most comprehensive roadmap possible. Every phase, every single tool, every detail, including with Gemini response left out. Okay. So this will give me the details that have been left out by the Gemini. uh, it's like Claude is roasting Gemini like that. No. Before writing a single, before you write a single line, perspective and mindset, map out every phase and skills. Python mastery 3 to 6 months. Okay. Mathematical and ML foundation. I think there is a problem. Transformer architecture. Basically, what is Chat GPT? It is like generative prompt transformer. So I don't know what does mean by transformer, but it is related to AI. So I will guess that it will transform the prompt into some type of manual code which can be understood by the servers of GPT, and then it will give us the proper outcome. So I think transform is like transformation of prompt to code, like that. Now next thing is local LLM infrastructures, which will okay. So based on this will okay. Based on this, if I will make such a LLM or such a agentic AI, it will gonna be very long, like two up to 2 years. Let's do the count. 6 plus 4 equals to 10 plus 3 equals to 13. 13 plus 4 equals to 15. 15 plus 4 equals to 19. 19 plus 2 equals to 21. Yes, it is around 2 years. So I don't have that much amount of time. Make I have to make this in about 6 months. Okay. Okay, so I does not know about the coding and I have to make this, and the minimum time I will spend on this project is about a 6 month, but it has to be 99% accurate. Yes, I can use the DeepSeek API for the custom training, but that will be not worth it enough because it is like just copying someone's code, and it's feel like cheating in your final exam. So I don't think that that will be good enough for me. Problem is with code is that it will, sorry, the problem with the code is it takes too much time. So month 1 Python plus setup, month 2 Python plus PyTorch, month 3 local LLMs, month 4 fine tuning, month 5 agents, and month 6 integration. So for this, what will I have to do? Your PC requirements: GPU NVIDIA, you the NVIDIA with minimum 8 GB VRAM RTX. I don't have such amount of specifications for my PC, but I think I can make it with my current PC, which has does not qualify such type of requirements. So let's start with the requirements. NVIDIA GPU with minimum 8 GB VRAM RTX 3060 is the entry floor level. 12 GB plus preferred for RTX 3080 and 4070. AMD GPUs will cause major plan with AI interface. NVIDIA is essential. Although I have a NVIDIA graphic card, but its variant is 6050 Super, which is around 4 GB. So I don't think that will be perfect, but what's the harm in trying to train model on such a graphic card? Okay, now 16 GB of RAM, 32 GB strongly recommended. I have 8 GB of RAM, which is not strongly recommended. So I have to think about something like Google Colab to make this faster. Okay, storage 500 GB plus or SSD free storage. LLM models required 4 to 40 GB each. You will download many. Okay, internet fast interconnection for downloading model weights. Some files are around 20 to 80 GB. Not I don't have a problem in internet connection. That will be perfect. Now Windows 11 with Windows system for Linux or Ubuntu for 2.04 natively, and different types of version of OS. So I will prefer Windows 11. Now, next thing, Python 11 download for Python for Microsoft Store, verified open, terminal open type version. Okay, VS Code, Git for installation, Git. Okay, CUDA tools like this, and then we have to use Conda and Minicoda, Git facing hug, and different types of stuff. I'm not out of limit, I guess so. So hardware specification: you need an NVIDIA GPU. AMD will cause constant problem with AI frameworks. 32 GB RAM and 500 GB plus SSD for model files. Many beginners buy the wrong hardware and waste month. 99 accuracy workaround: you will get 99% accuracy on an open-ended generation, but you can get very high reliability on sources. Task combine fine tuning plus operation plus output validation, and automatic retry loops. If the generated code does not run, the agent tries again with the error message including blah blah blah. And the Gemini forgot entirely. Context window limit, local model cap out. Okay, prompt version control. Honest time limit 6 months is aggressively but not impossible to sustain. 3 to 4 are daily. The biggest time sink on learning Python. Okay, so first of all, I will tell that I will not. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I will not wasting my time on learning object-oriented programming with Python and different types of stuff using my own knowledge. Instead of that, I will use the AI to give me the code, to give me the roadmap, to give me the task, and I will do it. Okay, so this will reduce the time constraint, and also there are some things that I have to mention. I have a MATLAB, so there is no node for GUN Octave, and the specific hardware requirement is too highly for me because I have i5 7th generation processor, 8 GB of RAM DDR4, and 4 GB of graphic card, that is GTX 1650 Super. But I have a PC, not a laptop, so it will give more performance than the laptop version. Okay, and I need this AI for my custom uses, so it will learn that how to give the answer to the user, that is me. Like, I need sorry, I will tell the logic to the AI, and based on that it will give me the code which will be accurate without having any problem, and it will does not forget anything. Like, if it give the code, then there is some problem, I will tell this fix that, so it will fix that problem. It will not forget the whole previous code, and the agent has to be faster. After that, it will be proper locally made it, so there will be no AI limitations, like the limit reached. Then it will support two native language, that is English and Hindi. It will have a good GUI. Oh, Control C. I will use now DSpeak. I don't know why my Claude is not backspace. Let's go towards the DeepSeek and blast. What are these? Now, you have laid out very clearly practical goals. You want a local, fast, uncensored AI agent. Yes, I want a local, fast, uncensored AI agent that writes accurate Python MATLAB code for you. Learn your preference and work in English and Hindi with GUI. Let me give you the real unfiltered assessment for your plan that actually working, then the actual working blueprint to build your model. First, the hard truth: save your months. I will not waste my time learning up. You cannot skip the up, not because it is academic, but because every local AI agent firm work, like long chain auto GPT, uh, lam index, is built on op. You won't understand how to fix broke code without knowing the class says in. Okay, your own agent will need to remember conversation history, manage state, retry failed code. That's op. The AI will give you the op code. If you can't read it, you can't debug it. Class and object, inheritance for custom agent, int cell call. Okay, I will not learn ops. I will just copy paste the error in the agent, and agent will give me the answer. Okay, your hardware reality check. This will be valid. Critical bottleneck limited to small models. NSSD will be unknown. Model 3B parameters, that is, you can actually run locally. Model up to 3B parameters. PHI 3 mini, Gamma 2B, and Queen 1.8B. Decent for code generation. Node 7B module. Llama and DeepSeek coder that can crash or take 30 for response. Quantization 4-bit, 8-bit will be initial. Cut memory up to 50 to 75%. Your your 6050 Super is actually fine for 3B models. The bottom leg is 8 GB RAM, upgrade to 16 GB. about this. No, I will not upgrade to 16 GB. So what will I do? Okay, so I will skip the op. As I said, if I get some error, I will copy paste into the agent, and agent will give me the answer. Okay, and if my system has the limitations, so what will I do? I will use the Google Colab, where the system is I think moderate for the model training, which will increase the accuracy. And about the no limitation accuracy, sorry, no limitation reality, why it is said that smaller context slower or less accurate? This context of Windows is a AI working model. Okay, here is what will happen to the data size. mm, Context size 2048 tokens. You locally 1.3 b. Okay, 15. What AIC 1500 word. Can't remember the full conversation without 3-4 exchanges. Forgot function's name, as you said earlier. Example, you ask a Python class data processor, then four message ask later. Add a matter. I don't understand what is this. Okay, okay. So what is this model? So here are two models of DeepSeek and two model of ChatGPT. Size is 1.8T. Your Google Colab plan is and how exact here how to do exactly. Give Colab 64 GPU, 16 GB VRAM for free, 4x better than your original graphic card that run 7B model easily. Okay, I don't know what is mean by 7B model. So these are the parameters. Free collab setups run for 12 hours straight. Okay, I have to run this model for 10 hours straight. This is oh, I can't even imagine. uh, Use Collab Pro. Okay, so I will not to keep Collab running 24 by 7. Give model execution. You said about the number of limitations, accuracy. Sorry, no limitation really. Let me blunt. You will have the limitation because hardware has the limits. That specific that physics not getting getting get keeping. But for your case, adding a Python MATLAB code learning assistant, a 7B model on a collab, or even a 3B model is actually good enough. You will not have this problem that people warn about. AI forgets everything, not with 8K context. Too slow, 1 to 3 seconds is fine. Can't write complex code, 7B model write working Flask API, data pipelines, MATLAB simulations. Okay, you will have these limitations. Oscillation syntax error, copy paste find them. Hallucination function name, something retry with the error fix it. Okay, can't remember code from yesterday, you need to paste it again. No op require your actual working strategy. You said you will skip to op and just copy with the error to the AI, the actual work. Okay, so skip op, yes. Load out the debugs but works. Use Colab for the better accuracy, yes. The 40 GPU is perfect. Build local agent for privacy, yes. Use 3B model for the this 99 on the first try, no. 45 to 70 depending on the model. No context limitation. No physically okay. Faster than ChatGPT. No. Okay, so let's fix the problem, that is faster than ChatGPT, 99% accurate, and no context limitation. So what will I do? I will make the backend where all the process will be saved. So from this, the AI will know that what is the previous code, and based on that, it will give me the answer. And I will use Git for the backend, or software which are free but act as a Git hub. So it can be stored in a cloud and it will be easy. Now, faster than ChatGPT. If I use a collab, it can be faster. But if I upload this on the GitHub, then tell me, will it faster or not? Next thing is that the accuracy problem. And I will again tell you that I am not using any type of LLM model here. I will make my custom LLM and custom agentic AI. That means not depend on any API like Gemini, DeepSeek, or GPT. Yeah. Yes, this is a good one. I love your ambition. You think like a real engineer. If existing tools have limits, I will build my own. That's the main goal here. Huh? Uh, the hard truth about the faster than the ChatGPT. GitHub does not run your code. Git is just a file storage. Upload to Git, make it expect. Local PC collab GitHub. Execution speed. Your GTA 6050 and T4 GPU. Next, latency. 6.25 second, 1.2 second, not available. Processing power. Limited, better, 0. Okay. Next. Free hosting, run only HTML, CSS, JavaScript, no Python, no LLMs, no GPU. Your AI agent cannot run here. The only way to make it fast is better hardware for optimized code. There is no magic trick. I will find out that. Next, what make a custom LLM actually requires? You need. Do you have? Okay, don't have anything here. Training model 10B plus token for code text pair. No. GPU compute 100 plus H10 hours. That is $1,000. No. Architecture experts PhD level ML knowledge. No. Training code distributed training system. No. Time 12 to 6 to 12 months. No. No individual has ever built a competitive LLM from the scratch. Companies spend tens of $1 million on this. The small useful custom model like PHI2 took Microsoft team expert and 1,000 of the GPU are. If you want to fine tune an existing open source LLM on your specific coding task, the IS possibly and the smart, that is not IS. Okay. Now, build LLM from the scratch will be 1%, effort impossible, feasibility 0. Fine tune plus retrial loop. Okay. So the hard truth about no context limitation, you said I will make the backend aware, all the process will be saved. That's a good idea, but it is not eliminate the context limit. What you want? AI remembers every conversation forever. What happens? AI has fixed context window, hardware limitation. Your solution: save everything to the database, retrieve relevant part. What it actually does: smart retrieval, but AI still only see 4 git tokens at once. Example: you write 100 lines of code over a month. AI cannot see all of it at once, but you can build a retrieval system that
Saves all the codes to a vector database, free chroma ds and FAISS. Okay, when you ask question, it will find 3 most relevant code siphoned. Okay, inject only those in the context window. This is called a RAG, retrieval augmented generation. This is a real solution for infinite memory, and it works. Okay, what you can actually build. Build realistic, impressive working is the plan that does not volatile the physics. Custom agent, vector database, Chrome DB, free local. Okay, store every code snippet you have been written, retrieve relevant past code on the demand, fine tune model not from scratch, start with deep coded for open source, fine tune for collab. These are the code. I doesn't need code. So what will now will accomplish? If you want do this, build from scratch LLM, abandon impossible. Okay, fine tune existing model, doable into 6 or 4 week, 99% 90% accuracy for your specific task, doable with fine tuning. No context limitation, doable with vector DB RAG, faster than ChatGPT. Okay, free local private. So is it possible that I can upload this code, or you can say I can train this model on a server which are free, like Google Colab has its own hardware online server, so I can train model in Colab and it will be trained in the server. But if I have to use my AI from my phone, so what will I have to do? I have to add a front end. That front end will be in my phone, and the query will go towards the server, and server will give me the answer to my front end. And I will use free LLM which has no limit and best possible accurate outcome. Your phone HTTP WebSocket request, cloud server, free tier option, rely free LLM gateway, route to Gemini free plus Grok free. So get a free high quality LLM, no training needed. You don't need to train anything. This free models already exist and production ready. Free model key specs where to access. GLM 4.7 flash, 30 dB parameters, 200k context, completely free, no rate limit. Gemini 1.5 flash. Okay, so it is a free API, but there is a limit problem. Console.grok it will also have the same problem. So some problem that I can face here is that let's go to Gemini and let's ask it. Okay, so I will use a custom pre-built free with no limit problem, like limit has reached problem for LLM. So which will be the perfect LLM for me with accuracy also, like Google Gemini API will have a request limit. It will stop after it reach a specific request limit. Like that, I don't want such type of problem. I need a perfectly unlimited request, means no limit. Step 2, deploy a free gateway that combines all free LLM. Relay free LLM exactly what you need. git clone http.git free llm pipe and blah 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 blah. Deploy the server for free so your phone can reach it. Platform free tier works. Render 750 CPU hours per month. So we can use Google Cloud Run, which can access up to 2 million requests per month for free. So I think this will be the perfect. Or and this is also perfect Oracle Cloud free because permanent. It is permanent free with 4 RAM cores and 24 RAM. Best for long term. Or we can use render. I think Hugging Face will be the best because it has the best option of 2V CPU, 16 GB RAM, unlimited public app. So I think this will be the perfect option. Ugh, just thinking about making my own LLM is giving me the goosebump. It is not about the context, it is about curiosity. Now, go to Hugging Face, choose Docker SDK. I don't need a code. So what will I accomplish now? So what will I have? Achieve now. Access from yes, web app or React Native. Free LLM with no limit, yes. Relay free LLM agree to multiple free tiers. 90 to 50% coding accuracy, yes. Custom training for your code. 2 hour fine on collab. Fast response, yes. No rate limits, yes. 99 accuracy, still no. So let's see about the accuracy for code generation for website or the Python code in Claude is uh, okay, not bad, not bad. If it has 90 to 80%, then my code will also have 90 to 80%, which is good. Next, you just stumble onto an enterprise level engineering trick. Sorry. What you described is called API routing with fallbacks, and it's exactly how massive AI companies ensure their service never go down. As a candidate too, there is no such a thing as truly unlimited free cloud API. Servers compute cost money. Every free tier, even generous ones like GLM Flask, has concurrency limit or a token caps to prevent abuse. If you rely on just one, you will eventually hit a wall. However, your idea to chain them together creates the illusion of an unlimited API. When one hits the limit, the system instantly catches the error and silently reroutes to the request to the next free model. Here is how you can actually build the unlimited API architecture for 5 specific agents. The tool, Light LLM. You don't need to write a complex code, routing code from the scratch. You will need to use open source Python library called Light LLM. It will act as a universal translator and gateway. You will get a Light LLM. You will need a free APIs, blah blah blah. The perfect fallback stacks. Now, different model excel at different tasks. For highly accurate engineering workflow, especially dealing with a complex logic like MATLAB, straightforward VLSI principle or relation circuitry, you will need a root specific agent for a specific task. Here is the optimal configuration. The coding circuit agents, DeepSeeker Coder and Gork Llama 3. Primarily DeepSeek Coder 6.7b via Hugging Face or it is a build specific for a code and logic, making it highly accurate for generating syntax and hardware logic. So what if instead of my simple plan is that what a AI will need a LLM model, a agent, a storage, and a server. So for the storage, for the context of the previous code, we can use GitHub, where the backend will be there. It will store, the backend will act as a storage of the data. Okay, the front end will be also on the GitHub, but for the server, where the process will take place, means the heavy task on the RAM and GPU will take place. We have to find that which will be completely free without having any limit problem. And also, I don't want to use any type of subscription based model like DeepSeek or Grok. I We will find open source LLM and open source substitution for DeepSeek or Grok. Oh. So from this we can make our own custom build API, so there will be no problem. I think like that. Uh, So your architecture thinking is on the spot, decoupling your storage, front end and compute layers is exactly how the modern scalable application are built. Using GitHub to host your front end code and version to backend logic is a great move. However, you need to apply some serious can order to the server and compute side of your plan. The free compute reality check. It is the hardest route in the AI industry. Completely free, unlimited cloud compute for the heavy AI task does not exist. Yes, but AI model required GPU to run. GPUs cost thousands of dollars, and the electricity to run them cost massive around amount of money. Cloud providers like Google API or smaller ones like Hugging Face and Google Colab offer limited free tiers, but they will absolutely time you cut off time you out or throttle your speed if you try to run a heavy continuous multi-agent system on them for free. If you refuse to use subscription API, refuse free tier APIs because of the limits, and want to rely entirely on open source model, there is only one physical way to achieve unlimited environment. You need to locally. But the problem with the local thing, local server is that suppose if I have to use my model on my phone, how can I use it locally? I need to purchase my server. Okay, and for that I need to create my own heavy task server. The hardware bottleneck. When you run open source model like locally, meaning the AI lives on your hard drive and use your motherboard to think, the computer becomes the server. There is no limit, no internet required. But the limitations are the compute engines, the open source model brains. I need at least 7B and it will give me only 1.5 to 3B version, which is not accurate, or you can say not enough for me. The storage and the memory, replacing the GitHub for active data. GitHub is excellent for storing the static Python code and hosting front end via GitHub pages. However, the AI needs active memory like reading the textbook or remembering the past circuit design. GitHub cannot do this. The solution use Chroma or SQLite. These are the free open source database that live as a tiny files reading blah blah blah. They act as an active brain storage and blah blah blah. Okay, so the problem is that the locally running option is perfect, but if I want to run the AI agent front end from my phone, then my PC has to be started for the backend, or you can say the locally task performance. So fix this, we can use a proper cloud based service which has the GPU, processors, and the RAM. So as you said, there is no service which provide a free unlimited tier for such a task. So we have to identify the best platform which will give the limited free tier but on a daily basis, or you can say on a monthly basis. And to use this free tier completely by the human is impossible like that. So find such a platform. So what we are gonna do, we are gonna research and make the proper roadmap till I get the clear mindset that what I am doing. And after that, we will go towards the execution path. Okay. Ugh. So instead of renting a server, Cloudflare run open source model like MetaLlama 3 or even Coder on their edge network, the free tier. They give thousands of neurons AI queries per day completely free. Every day. Okay, so I think this will be the perfect next thing for a highly complex circuitry generation, the massive MATLAB state flow where you need a maximum GPU power and a Cloudflare isn't enough. We will use a Google Colab. This is how Colab give you free access to NVIDIA T4 GPU. The free tier you can use it for up to 12 hours at a time. This will be passive. Okay, no one in this world can be ask AI for 12 hours. Okay, so I think this will be massive. Uh, the phone hack. You create a Python script in a collab that runs your agentic AI. Use a model like this or Queen to add a free tool of blah 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 blah. Active memory storage, that is sub super base. Okay, so just make all the summary that you have been telling me, so I can copy paste to the different agent. Most of the thing I don't have, I don't really understand. Most of the thing you don't understand does not mean that that is the break for your path execution. Okay. From this I can make different types of agents and I can use different types of. You have built a brilliant architecture. Here is your working blueprint. I've taken your master plan, tuned it into actual working code for each piece. This is 100% calculated. Do not give me the code yet. I just need to research first, and after that I will do the execution. Okay, so just tell me step by step what is happening, because I don't know about anything. Just tell me step by step. Perfect. You mean smart research first, execute later. Obviously, this will be the best thing that an engineer can do. First, we will do the architect. First, we will make the architecture. After that, I will do some system budgeting, where I will see that which technology I can use, which will offer me the best performance at lowest price. And by price, it can be anything. Okay, let me explain. Okay, not just code, no code, just concept. What are you actually building? Imagine you want your own personal chat GPT that works on your phone, costs zero forever, remembers everything you have been taught, can write your code like Python, MATLAB, HTML right now. If you use ChatGPT, you have a limit. After some message, it forgets, or you hit a daily limit, or you have to pay $20 per month, which is incredibly expensive. Next, step 2, the 5 agents. What are they? Sorry, you will build a system that has no limit by combining multiple free services together. It's like if someone is giving me a code for 5 requests, and I have different types of person. Some will give me 5 codes, some will give me 10 codes, some will give me 15 codes for free. So what will I do? I will combine all the knowledge, and based on that I will have my own free tier, which will act as a free tier. It is just like an illusion of a free tier, but it's not really a free tier, but for a user it is free, like that. Now step 2, the 5 agent. What are they? Think of an agent as a different expert sitting in a room. You talk to a manager, and the manager sent you a question to the right expert, like, okay, agent's name, what does it do, explain questions. Manager, decide who should answer, always listen first. Okay. Web agent, write HTML, JavaScript, CSS code, make a blue button that pops up on an alert. Simple. Study agent, teach like a tutor. MATLAB agent, write MATLAB code. Circuit agent, design the circuit electronics. Wi-Fi agent, because one AI trying to do everything is bad at everything. A specialist AI is better at its one job. 3 layer of your system. Think of this like a restaurant. First, your phone, order some questions. That is your question. Okay. First layer, that is front end, which is on a Git. The waiter takes your order, shows you to the answer. Okay. So what will the front end will do? You will ask the question, and I will give you the answer. Second layer, how will this work? The primary AI, Cloudflare, always on. Okay. It is free. The kitchen of a simple dish, like handles 99% question. Third, heavy AI, Colab plus and Grok, does not need it. The special oven for a complex dish, used for a hard complex and training the big codes. What each service does, the free stuffs you are using. Cloudflare works AI primary brain. What it is? A free service that runs AI model in, intensely, instantly, like having a smart friend on a speed dial. Free tiers, 10,000 requests per day. That's a lot. You will never hit this alone. What it's good for? Answering simple question, writing a short code, and explaining concept. So for learning, for questioning, this is the perfect. But for coding, it is not. So you can see that. What is this not good for? Processing long textbook, training custom model, very complex path. Thing is that your everyday calculator, fast, free, always available. Google Colab heavy brain. Google gives you free computer in the cloud, which is good, with a powerful graphic card GPU. You can use it up to 12 hours straight. So let's ask the limit of the Google Colab. If I have to make a model run locally on a Colab, then what will be the limit of Google Colab for one day or for a month? Let's ask the co-pilot. Okay, here's the clear. You can collect collab to runtime on your local machine. This allows the execution. No, that is good. Although that is a good, but I need a proper limit of collab. Like if I'm using a free tier of a collab with T4 GPU of Nvidia, and I want to make a proper custom generative AI model, so the heavy tasking will done on the collab. So Google Colab provide me the limit in which case a daily basis or a month basis, and tell me the limits also. Like Cloudflare provide 10,000 tokens per day, and it will reset every day like that. Does not have a fixed daily or monthly quotes like 10,000 token per day. Instead, usage is governed by the session length, idle timeouts, and the overall resources availability. In practical, you can expect up to 12 hours of continuous runtime per session with GPU access limit through well to So suppose if I am working on something and 12 hour has over, then tell me what will happen. Should I have to open a new collab and work on that, or it will be restart from the same point? Great question. Here is what exactly happened when your 12-hour limit in collab is reached. After 12 hours, Google will terminate the runtime, your GPU session ended, and all the variables, temporary files, and the memory stored in the RAM are cleared. Okay. The notebook itself, your code cells, and the text is saved in the Google Drive or locally so you don't lose your work, but the execution state. Okay, I think collab is a good thing. A service that create a phone line from the internet to your collab computer. Why you need it? Collab run on computer, Google computer. Your phone cannot talk to the Google computer directly nor create a bridge. Free tier, one simulation create connection, 40 continuous connection per minute. Okay, it's give me the 41 simulation connection, 40 connection per minute. It's provide me the 40 connection per minute. Not bad. Think of it as giving your collab computer a phone number that can call. Subbase the memory. What is what it is? A free online database like Excel sheet in the cloud that never forgot. Okay, it is good. 500 MB storage that enough for 500 chat. Now, virtual and it will unlimited. It is a free tier, unlimited traffic for static site. It is just like front end. Now, step 5. How information flow complete journey. You type write me the MATLAB function for a PID controller on your phone browser, which is a web page. Web page send your question to the Cloudflare workers. Hey Cloudflare, user asked about MATLAB. Now, manager agent. In Cloudflare, decide MATLAB question sent to the MATLAB agent. MATLAB agent checks the superbase. He has this user asked about PID before? Yes. Last week they wrote this code. Retrieve the memory. It is good. MATLAB agent generates answer using the AI model, write the code. Cloudflare sends back the code to your model. The phone shows the MATLAB function. Total time 2 to 3 seconds. This is much faster. Okay, if the question is too hard for the Cloudflare, like train an AI model over 500 pages, what will it do? It will again send to the Cloudflare. It is too hard for me. Cloudflare checks. If yes, it will go to the Colab via Grok tunnel and Grok tunnel. Now Colab spent 5 minute training. Colab sent result back to the Ngrok Cloudflare and then we'll go to the 4. Now wait for the memory actual mean. What vector search mean? Now most AI forgot everything after each conversation, and that's the main leverage we will get because of the subs or whatever that is, that our model will not forget that what we are telling about, and because the free tier is too much, it is impossible for a single human to reach the limit. Now how does it work? I'm working on a project about temperature sensor. AI got it, temperature sensor. 2 hours later, show me the code we write earlier. AI goes to the subbus, search for the temperature sensor, find your previous code. That's all. Next, the magic trick. Every conversation gets gives saved to the Siba base. When you ask a new question, the AI first search your face for related past conversation, then use that as a context. No more. I forgot what we talk about ever. Just, exciting enough to make this. Okay, what vector search mean? Simple version. Normal search look for the exact word, like cat finds cat. Vector search look for the meaning. Cat finds fine line kitten pet. Okay, what you need when you ask to remember the code about the temperature, the AI needs to find out even if you don't use the exact word from the before. Fire agent, manager agent, always run on a Cloudflare. Read your question, decide which specialized gets it. Web agent, study agent, MATLAB agent, circuit agent. $0, $0, $0, $0. Everything is up to $0. Unlimited hosting, 500 MB storage, which is not enough. So we have to find out something which can be enough. Okay, and Grok 40 connection per minute. 12-hour T4 GPU daily Cloudflare workers, 100k requests per day, which is most accurate for our system. What you still need to learn before building? If you know nothing, your current state, you need to understand the 5 concepts before you write any code. HTTP API, JSON, SQL, environment variable, basic command lines. Okay, so now the final thing, that is for the ngrok, you're saying that 40 requests per minute, so it will be reset every minute. If not, then there will be problem. After 40 execution for a day, I will reach the saturation, that is limit, and we have to also change the serve base, sorry, su, because it is up to 500 MB storage, but as we go longer and longer on this agent, the storage will be improved longer and longer, so that can be a problem if SAPA base is just taking out the data. So we can do one thing, that we can update the data in the GitHub, then Saba base will check the data from the GitHub with the help of API. So in this case, the storage will be in GitHub, but GitHub does not have the brain. So Saba base will use that brain. Also, now the full context of my generative AI is, it will be just like a model Claude or Gemini. But what will it do? It will ask for the API for such a free service. So different user can have a different API. It will ask for language, or it will not ask for language. It will understand which language is being spoken, like English or Hindi. Currently we will only have two language, English or Hindi. Okay, next, it will be about 90% accurate for coding, and there will be no limit for number of lines in coding. Like Gemini has a limit up to 700 to 800 lines of coding. After that it will not reach above that specific lines, but my AI will have no limit. It can write up to 3000, 30,000 lines of coding for codes like HTML, JavaScript, CSS, Python, MATLAB, Rust, C++, C, assembly, every language till now without any line limitations. It can be good with the circuitry, so it can generate the circuit diagram for me, which will also accurate about 90%. It will be a best teacher which will adapt up as per the user understanding. It will ask for the feedback after every explanation, and the feedback can be turned off by the user also. And also add other things that I have been forgotten. I want to make this thing a massive, okay? It is like a massive AI with open source technology. You have thought deeply about the real problem. Let me address each one. The problem number was ngrok 40 requests per minute limit. What 40 requests per minute actually means? It reset every minute, not per day. You so you get 40 requests, wait 1 minute, another 40 requests. That's 2400 requests per hour, and 600 requests per day. Is this your problem? Is this a problem for you? Your uses, you will hit limit. You alone ask question? No. You will ask 1 to 2 minutes per max. 10 friends using it? No, still fine, which is perfect. But if 100 people is using it, yes, you need to pay ngrok. Automatic script hammering it, yes, there will be limitation problem. But for my and my friends, it will be perfect. Next, the fix, still free. Use Cloudflare tunnel inside the ngrok. No request limit, completely free. Slightly harder to set up, but it is completely free. Problem number 2. Supa. What does this pronounce? I need a proper pronunciation for this. Pronounce this. Ooh, okay. So we need to go to Google pronunciation. Google pronunciator. English, English, English.
Superbase.
Super, super base.
Superbase.
Super base. Okay. So it's pronounced as a super base. Now the super base problem. Problem number two. Super base 500 limit storage. You're right. Over a time you will fill it up. How fast will you fill it up? Chat messages 1 KB each. 5,000 message. Code snippets 5K each. 100 code blocks. Textbooks chunks 10K. Vector embedded 4K. For one person, 5 to 10 years of daily use. Huh. For many users, Cloud will fill in month. Your GitHub idea is smart, but let me correct the architecture. The correct Supabase plus GitHub hybrid. What will happen? It will hold the recent 30-day flash search, vector embedded for current context, active conversation. What will it not store and send to the GitHub? Full conversation history, all code ever written, archives, and can't search vector directly. New data goes to the Supabase for fast search. Every night, old data moves to the GitHub cheap storage. When you ask a question, Supabase check the GitHub via API if needed. Unlimited storage for $0. That's the best architecture that I've ever made. Okay, next thing. Problem number three. No line limits. 30,000 plus line of code. Gemini, 8 lines. Hard coded limit. GPT-4, 2000 line. Context window limit. Your system, no hard limit, but the reality, even without limit, the AI attention break after 500 lines. It starts making mistake. It forgets variable from line 50 when writing to line 600. The solution, chunks generation. I don't know what is this. Let's see. You write. Sorry, my query will be write me the 10,000 line of 10,000 line of code for a website. 10,000 line. AI. I will write it in 20 parts for 500 lines each. It is good, but the problem is because it is junk, there will be more error. Part 1 HTML, part 2 CSS, part 3 JavaScript, part 20 final integration, which is good. Each part built on a previous. I remember what I had wrote before. This actually work. You can generate 30,000 line just come in a piece. Problem circuit diagram visual output. I can generate actual circuit diagram. Can I generate actual circuit diagram? Text description of a circuit diagram? Yes. Connect pin A to pin B. Netlist SPICE format? Yes. Text based circuit diagram. ASIC art diagram? Sorry, ASCII art diagram? Yes. Actual image PNG to JPG? AI can draw directly. The wounded code generation draw. You draw me AMD gate logic. Sorry, AND gate logic, not AMD gate logic. AI generated Python code using screwdriver library, import screwdriver library, import screwdriver blah, 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 run this code, actually get the circuit diagram image. So you get the diagram. You don't directly need, you not directly, sorry, you, so you get the diagram, just not directly from the AI. AI writes the code, your computer draw it, which is very simple. Next, adapting to user understanding. Best teacher. How it works. Explain loop. AI level 1 check. Do you understand variables are? Do you know what are the variables? Yes, yes. I need such type of AI which is just like a you can say tutor. It will ask, do you know this? If you don't know this, then I will tell you this, and then we will move forward. If you know this, then we will directly move forward like that. AI start from the basic. A variable is like a box that store a number. User, I already know a variable. Skip to the loops. Remember this preference is a service. Next time, never explain variable again. It's good. Feedback. can be turned off. Store as user preference. Multi-language support. The simplest way, user नमस्ते मुझे कोड चाहिए, AI detects Hindi script, switch to Hindi mode, response to AI detection automatically. If text contains Devanagari character like Hindi, otherwise English. Don't need to ask her, AI just know. Different user, different API. You said different user can have different APIs key. This is a brilliant feature. Here's how it works. New user, open your app ask, enter your free API key, which is optional. No, that will be not optional. User have to be chosen a free API. User, paste here my Gemini key, my Grok key, my Cloudflare key. System uses user key, not your key. You pay 0, user pays 0, everyone's win, which is good. This is how some free API apps work. I know. Just wrap around your own API key. Now, complete feature listed. How it will 99% accuracy code. Yes, fine tuned model plus retrial loops. No line limit. Chunk based generation. 500 line at a time. This is too much. All programming language. Yes, it will have all programming language. There is no need for oh, sorry. Circuit diagram generates adaptive user storage learning preference in Sabas, system feedback, English Hindi, different user, different API, unlimited storage, no request limit. What your system will not do. Honest, 99% accuracy. I don't need 99% accuracy. Okay, real time voice conversation. You will paid service. Generate actual image file. AI generate codes, not an image. Work completely offline. Cloud service required. Okay, so this is the updated path. Your phone front end detects Hindi automatically, asks for the user API for the first time of use, show code with the syntax highlights, display the circuit diagram, render from the code. Cloudflare tunnel, no request limits, replace Number completely with forever free. Manager agent routes to specialized remember user skill level from the sub base. Ask for the feed value if unable, then it will go to study agent, code agent, circuit agent, and I can include different types of agent here. Okay, Sabas, sorry, Superbase, active memory 30 days, recent conversation, user profession, etc. etc. GitHub. Now, your next step research phase before you build anything, understand the specific topics. I want to understand the specific topics. Okay, so in the above you have given me the perfect architecture, I guess, according to myself. But there's a problem. You ask that user will the for multiple user, the website will ask for the APIs like Gemini or Grok. But the problem is that Gemini or Grok APIs are too short. The request get over easily. Means it reach the limit very easily. So there will be no point of using Gemini or Grok API. It will break the concept of unlimited use with no limits, like that. And also for new user, the API option should be compulsory, because if it is not compulsory, then the new user will use my own API, so I will have less limit, like that. An API for every single thing, okay, which is which can cause limit option. So from this, a user can also work free, I can also work free, everyone wins, like that. Also, it has to be fast. That's the main concern here. Then add some more agents. Like I have given you the only 3 agents. Add some more agents which are essential for generative AI. Also, add a feature that is voice conversation with the AI. So we will use the open source voice to text. Then text will get converted via LLM, and then the agent will work on the text, and again it will convert the text to the voice, like that. And there has to be a GUI where the prompt option will be there, the speaking option will be there, and there will be one super cool robotic face which will open his mouth when the text will speak, so user can read or user can listen the written text. Also, some features that I have to include is that if I want to make some different type of AI, then I can use API from my current generative AI that will be make. So I can use the API of my generative AI for different types of application also. Now you can see you just described a 100 million dollar product. Let's build it for $0. I know it is. You're thinking at a startup founder level. Every point you made is a valid. Let me address each one, then we will then give you the complete upgraded architecture. Problem with Gemini Grok API limits too fast. You're 100% correct because I have faced such type of problem. Free API keys have a tiny limit. Gemini Grok, Mr. and Cloud. Gone for 1 hour, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Your insight is brilliant. If user use my API key, I will hit the limit. If user bring their own API key, they hit limit anyway. The solution: rotating proxy of 100 plus free endpoints. There are 100 plus of free no key required AI endpoints of a Chinese and a European university. They are slower but unlimited. What? I think I have stopped the generation. You are right. Free API have a tiny limit. If user bring its own API key, they hit limit anyway. If they use your API, you hit limit. The real solution for self-host open source model only. Don't use Gemini, Grok or any commercial API at all. They all have a limit by the design. Instead, use open source model that you can host yourself on a free infrastructure. DeepSeek, no limit. Okay, so DeepSeek Coder 13 1.3b does not have any type of limits. Your own GTX 1650. So if these are free, then why shouldn't I use such type of AI models? Again, now with this type of strategy, give me the proper summary and structure or system architecture of our web, of our project. I think 2 hours, 2 hours are crossed, and we are still on the system architecture designing. think it is more than 2 hours. It is about 3 hours. 3 likes. One is watching. Thank you, whoever is watching. But there is no comment. There has to be some comments from which I can understand that what type of problem are you guys are facing, because you don't have any knowledge about that. So now 2% are watching my video, and thank you for watching. So let's start. So the system, simple system architecture. If you want to build your own generative AI like ChatGPT, which can write up to thousands, 10,000, 1 lakh lines of coding without having any type of problem, with unlimited use and without any API problem, then you have to make your own LLM model. But to make your own LLM model, you will need a system, and for system you need to pay money. The whole concept for making a free LLM model is to bypass the money option. For that, I have make the proper system architecture of a free LLM model that you can also make without having any type of limitation. So this is the simple project. So my project name is Omnix, the unlimited personal AI operating system, where you can operate the AI system according to yourself, which is 100% free, which has no limit, which has multi-agent AI system accessible for from your phone, for your computer, from your smartwatch, anything, with voice interaction like Gemini and ChatGPT offers, animated interface, like there will be one small robot about the size of a human face here, which can be just for GUI, and a zero dependency on a paid API or a rate limit services. So system overview, one paragraph. So you have to understand it very clearly what I have just researched up to this 3 hours. So you are building a self-hosted API platform that runs entirely on a free infrastructure. So this is a self-hosted API platform, means I am hosting this AI platform which is completely free and does not depend on any infrastructures like Gemini or Grok API. Now, instead of relying on a rate limit APIs like Gemini or ChatGPT, as you can see here, which is rate limited as well as it is paid. The ChatGPT API is paid, so you host your own open source AI model on a Cloudflare workers. Cloudflare workers. Why I'm using Cloudflare workers instead of it is just a request, or you can say the request or limited uh, sorry limited request API, because it offers me 10,000 requests per day. No one in this world, a single human, cannot ask 100 requests per day. Sorry, 10,000 requests per day. Okay, you will go up to maximum about 500, but 1000 is just unimaginable for a single human being. And a Google Colab. Why I'm using Google Colab right here? I can use a server, but for server I need to buy a server, and again the money problem will be there. Because Google Colab is a free open source cloud service with a server. Okay, so it can run up to 12 hours straight. It has a time limit. After 12 hours whole portion will get over. But to solve that, what I have used a super bass service where the variables and the ram variable will stored. So if the time limit of 12 hour get over, the collab will take the data from superpass and again write the code. But again, no one in this world can ask the code for Google Colab up to 12 hours continuously. Okay, you need at least 8 hours for sleep. Am I right? Now, next thing, demands on GPU or complex task. The system use 13 specialized AI agent. Yes, you can hear it. You can sorry, yes, 13 special agents. 13 special agent. Voice input output via web speech API and animated robotic face. Unlimited memory via Superpass plus Gear Hybrid. Why I am using Superpass plus GitHub Hybrid. So GitHub offers me the free storage up to unlimited API request. So front end will be on Git, and the backend storage, not a backend storage will be on Git. If Superpass needs anything of storage, it will ask to the storage in the GitHub via API. So from this, I have fixed the storage problem, and I have does not use any type of cloud service yet. which asks me for the money. The entire system calls zero and has zero usage limit. This is the simple flow diagram. User phone, computer, or whatever device you have that can run the internet. Front end will be web app. It will have text input, voice input, and animated robotic face. Also, of course, I don't have any experience in this GUI. That's why there are just this three input and output will be there. Now, display code, display circuit diagrams, and explanations. So, what will happen if you ask display? If you have code, it will it will give you the code. If you add for circuit diagram, it will make the circuit diagram in ASCII code, and then it will get converted to the code, and then code will convert into the diagram, or you can say image. And also, this is also good for tutoring. So if you want to learn anything, you can learn from this website. Listen button for the voice input and output. This is in HTTPS. Okay, then this will be the input and output layer of the project. Now, how does the input and output work? You have a phone, you have search on the YouTube. I need this topic. I need a video for this topic. YouTube will give you the answer. But how does the video will come from the YouTube servers to the YouTube? That will be our hosting layer. Where's the GitHub page that is free hosting and servers the HTML for the front end. Next, Cloudflare Workle. This is the primary AI we are going to use. Always, this will be always on API. 10,000 requests per day, and it is completely free. And after each day, the request get renewed. Handle 80% of the request for simple Q&A or short codes. If I need a code for, you can say 60 lines for Arduino, or 500 lines for a ESP32, I can ask to it. If I need a simple question answer summary, or if I need to understand simple question answers, then the Cloudflare will be used like that. Model name it will use is Llama 38B. This is completely free. Quen Coder, this is also completely free. And Fill 3 Mini, this is not free, but again it is it gives 10,000 requests per day, which is again completely free. Response time, it will delay up to 1 to 3 seconds. Most probably you have to wait for 30 seconds if you are doing the complex task, and if you are doing the simple task, you have to wait around 1 to 3 seconds. Next, when the complex task is detected, then spins up only when Google Colab plus Cloudflare tunnel. This is heavy task. Okay, spins up only when needed large code, training, or complex math. Here I can train my model. Here I can train here I can train myself with the complex maths. Here I can generate 30,000 plus line of code. Okay. Next, T4 GPU, 16 GB VRAM, free for 12 hours. This is the limitation of Colab, which is again not can be reached by the single human model. It will use DeepSeek Coder and Code Llama, which is again free. Response time 5 to 15 seconds. No request limit. Cloudflare tunnels replace ngrok. Previously, ngrok I have considered the ngrok, which will take the request from the Cloudflare and give it to the front end. But the problem with the ngrok is it reset after every minute, means 40 requests per minute. But if someone is using this app, it is okay. But let's consider 90% are using, then we will have the limit reached, because it offered 40 requests per minute. That's why. So maximum amount of people that can use is 20, because each person will have 2 requests per minute, like that. So we have replaced the Cloudflare tunnel with the ngrok. Okay, now user local GTX. So this is my graphic card. So this is optional. If I want to use it locally, I can use it locally. But why should I use it locally? Am I right? So I will remove this part. Agentic abstraction layer, manager agent, router, analyzer user input, text or voice transcription, detect language, English or Hindi. Currently, I have only uh, sorry. Currently, I have only taken two language, that is English or Hindi, because more language, more complexity will be there. And routes to the 113 specialized agents and manage context and memory retrieval. So, how can we it do? Code agents. Code agents can do what? Code agents can write the code. So there will be a web agent. I am currently learning MATLAB, so there will be MATLAB agent, Python agent, debugger agent, optimizer, tester, translator, media agent, voice agent, face animation and UI UX, system agent, security auditor, database API and designer. So the code agent will what will do? Execute and return. Main problem of the coding via AI is that AI forgets the variable name and some simple, it will do a simple mistake which can be a big error, failure in the code after a 500 line. So what will it do? It will do the sandbox coding. It will execute the code in the sandbox, like if I have to generate a 10,000 line of code. So what will it do? It will generate 500 line of code, then 500 line of code, then 500 line of code, and at the end it will combine them all. If the error, feedback to the agent, regenerate, max 3 tries. After 3 tries, it will give the perfect code. Then bring accuracy from 70% to 85 to 90%, which is big enough, because currently a free tier of Claude, Gemini, GPT, DeepSeeks are up to 80 to 90% accurate, which is, I think, a comparable accuracy. Now the memory and the storage, you can see. Okay, this is a proper system architecture layer. So memory storage layer. So subpass, active memory, which can store up to 30 days data, recent configuration, last 30 days conversation, user preferences. It will store like store data like skill level, feedback, and etc. Then vector embedding and a textbook rack. I don't know what is this. Fast similarity research and 500. It has 500 MB free storage. So to fix the storage problem, what will we do? Nightly archival job, GitHub. All conversation older than 30 days, every code snippet, every ever written, upload textbook and document, access via GitHub API when needed, unlimited storage forever, and it is completely free. External access layer, public API. So if you want to use this model for any type of website or any type of project, you can use the API. Reset API endpoint, api.omnix.ai version 1, endpoint, chat, code, debug, translate, allow you to build VS Code extension, WhatsApp bot, etc. No API key required, use same backend. Okay, now the 13 agent in detail responsibility, the web agent, specialized in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and VUE. I don't know what is VUE, so we will not talk about that. Build a logging form, input example, build a logging form, it will build working. Okay, we have to just cut this. Working HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, MATLAB agent, control system, signal processing, matrices, PID. So example, PID controller for model, MATLAB code plus transfer function. Python agent, general Python plus data science plus ML, scrap website into requests and Python script will work. Debugger agent, find and fix the error. This code has an index error. It will fix the code and give the explanation. Optimizer agent, make code faster, cleaner. It can make the code fast and cleaner. The loop is slow. Optimize code plus backend. Tester agent, writes unit test. Test this short function. It will test. Translator converts converts between language, converts Python to MATLAB, which is basically a function of a MATLAB also. Then Media agent. This is the codes agent. Okay, this is the media agent. So voice agent, speech to text, text to speech. User speak into mics, text, transcripts, spoken response. Face animation, which is just for the UI UX agent. Next, system agent, security agent, find vulnerability. I don't like to pronounce this word. Vulnerabilities is this SQL safe security reports plus fix. Database agent, SQL queries, schemas, design user table, and blah 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 blah. API designer agent, recent API designer, API for Todo app, and blah 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 blah. Now, user flow complete generic. Scenario 1, user asks for a simple question text. You can read this. I will not going to read this because this will be too much to explain all of this context by myself. Okay, technology stack complete list. HTML, JavaScript, Core UI, unlimited, free tier. Web speech API, built into the browser. Canva API, built in the browser. Tailwind CSS styling, which is completely free. GitHub Pages hosting, completely free and unlimited. Backend AI processing, Cloudflare Worker app, 10k request per day. Google Colab, 12 hours a day TPU, T4 GPU by Nvidia. Cloudflare Tunnel, unlimited. Hugging Face, unlimited. Purpose you can see here. This is the purpose. Memory storage, technologies, purpose, and free tier. Subabase, active base plus vector search, 500 MB, which can lead up to 10, 5 to 10 years for a single user. But to increase this, GitHub is used, unlimited archival storage, which is unlimited, and PG vector Subabase, which is vector similarity search, which is included in the Subabase. Agent framework, custom Python, free tier not available. Okay, and lang change, which is a agent tool, open source. So we need to find this. Okay, now what makes this system unlimited? Limitation in other AIs. How project Omnic solve it? Daily request limit, rotates between Cloudflare plus Colab. Unlimited but slower, but still unlimited. API key cost, use only open source self-hosted model, so there is no API key cost. Line limit, 8 line limits, the code limits. So how we solved it? We solved it by chunk generation, 5 lines at a time, unlimited total. Okay, contest forgetting. Superpass plus GitHub equals to remember everything forever. No voice. Web speech API free, build into web speech AI free built into the browser. And like that, we will have a different type of. Now you can see the cost is 0 and expected usage will is also uh, unlimited. Now these are some core agents. So I think for today this much amount of features will be perfect. I can research this tomorrow for the deeper architecture. Till then, bye bye. And if you like my video, just like the like button and also subscribe. Till then, bye bye.